Okay, this is our third interview with the WMRA midget drivers this season. This is Kris McKenzie, driver of the number 4 midget. And so here's our first question. Is there anything you're looking forward to this 2014 season?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back to Ephrata. We ran good there in the past 2 times that we had been. Um, Taking a couple of years off from going there, and with the series returning back to the east and running on that track, looking forward to getting back on it.
So, what changes, if any, have you done to your midget this off season?
Um, yeah, some updates and stuff, and I think there's been a new shock package put on. Um, most things just gonna be myself trying to pick a couple new lines and get the car dialed in nicely so we can hold grip through all 30 laps or 35 laps depending on the race and be around at the finish.
How long have you been driving race cars?
Oh, I've been racing midgets for the past 5 years. But I started racing at 4.5, so this would be year number 23, I guess, at doing it.
What kind of cars did you start in?
Started out in the quarter midgets, ran that through the 90s, racing for family team and then also for a local owner up in Canada. Um, and then we went to compact stock cars and uh, full size street stocks, and then from there got into the midgets again.
So, you think you'll be the series champ and dethrone old Tony Seidelman this season?
Um, you're gonna give him a run for his money for sure. The both cars are quite competitive against each other, and he had the upper hand on us at Southtown this year, but I think if we ran Monroe a couple more times, we would have been good at it. So we'll we'll see how it is. We'll hopefully I'll get Southtown dialed in quite nicely this year, and we'll take this championship all the way to the end.
What have you been doing this off season?
Um, Basically just keeping the skills up, keeping the hand-eye coordination up with running on iRacing, um, keeping the body conditioning up, and trying to cut a little bit of weight off the driver so that we don't need to cut any weight off the car.
Do they have midgets in the game?
They have sprint cars and they have Silver Crown, so it's not complete to the midget package, but it's comparable. They drive like bats out of hell, so it's fun.
How's the quality of the simulation?
Very realistic. They use a laser scanner, so the tracks are identical to what they are in real life.
Have you won any championships in your racing career?
Yes, we won a handful of championships down in the quarter midgets. Won the Ford Focus Midget Series at Agassi Speedway 3 years ago, and took home our first year back into the compact stock cars. Took the championship off at Agassi Speedway there as well.
Okay, so throughout your racing career, as young as it is, what is your favorite racetrack?
Favorite track I've been to probably have to be Monroe right now. It I love running there. It's got so many characteristics to the track that no one line is ever the same. Plus, we've had fairly good success over there in the last 2 years with 3 feature wins and championship or a track record.
So, who's your favorite driver, Kris?
Um, All time that would be Dale Earnhardt Sr. Definitely someone that I looked up to as wanting to model my racing career after. Current drivers, Junior Dale Earnhardt Jr. is the natural pick, but I've become quite a fan of Kyle Larson. I like that he kind of has come from nothing and worked his way up to where he is. rather than getting everything paid for by giant family money.
So, what are your career goals, and how far do you want to take this racing gig?
I'd love to take racing to a national level, but the economy being the way it is, that's getting harder and harder to make a living being a professional driver. So I'm quite happy with where I am at the moment. I enjoy racing for the WMRA series, and it's tight knit group of drivers, good competition, never a dull moment on the track.
What's your biggest achievement in racing?
Biggest achievement all time. Breaking a 16-year track record at Monroe definitely ranks right up there. Bringing my car owner his first WMRA win was a big one too. And finishing when I was younger, finishing 5th in nationals for the quarter midgets was probably the first feeling of true glory and of excitement of a high achievement.
Do you work on the car? And what is your input, if any?
At the track, I do. Unfortunately, we live about 4 hours away from the car, so we don't get to work on it too much. But at the track, I try to put as much input in as I can and help out where we can to get it race ready day of.
You run fast at the track, so that old guru Glenn Solomon must be doing a good job on setup on your car.
He does, yes. He very knowledgeable about these cars and a lot of shop hours. So they come pretty close to set up when we get to the track, and there's just a couple practice sessions to fine tune them to the current conditions.
Of all the cars you've driven, what is the most exciting?
Well, I'd have to say the midget. There's nothing that compares to running the open midgets with the throttle response, the feeling that when you get out of the corner and it throws you back in your seat, and then when you dive into the corner, the weight transfer on them is something that you don't experience in too many other cars.
Yeah. What motor are you guys running in your midget this season?
We're running a Gertie motor package.
And we will see you battle it out on the tracks this season. And I'm sure I'll be talking to you again. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for having me.